If you live in the northern climates and you don't have a greenhouse, you can still grow some of your food crops indoors. Take a look at this process here. What we use are just these utility bins. Now there's no drainage on them, so you just have to be careful how much water you put at them. But by not having the drainage, you don't have to worry about that mess underneath. This is about a 2-foot by 18-inch bin. We've already added about 1.5 cubic feet of soil. We're using just a general purpose soil mix, heavy in the sphagnum peat moss. I'm sure it's got some vermiculite, perlite in there, and the expanded bark is real common in those mixes, which gives you that aeration. I've also added a sedge peat, a Dakota peat, and that's a different type of peat that gives you more organic matter and helps with your nutrient transfer. So 2 different types of peat there. What we've got is arugula here, spinach here. This is one of the first bins that we planted back October 25th. Now we've already taken 1 cutting off this, and our goal is to have at least 3, maybe 4 cuttings before it just kind of wears itself out. Oftentimes we'll start this even as we get into September, because we can already start getting freezing weather in our area. And I'll just carry these bins in and out, and I'll set them out on the front deck. I've got these railings here that kind of give it a filtered light, but I'll bring it out during the day. We'll bring it back in at night, and that saves us the electricity costs. Here's the progression through the weeks of that arugula and that spinach. You can see how it takes about 7 to 10 days to germinate. After that, you can just get good growth if you've got good soil, good light. So this arugula, it's a nice spicy little green that you can add into your salads. One of our favorites. This year we've tried radishes as well. So we're going to start a new bin. We're going to firm that soil up just a little bit so it's not too fluffy. We're going to go with 2 different salad seeds here. We're going to use 2 different seed packets. We've got a salad blend lettuce and a mesclun zesty salad mix. Now lettuce seeds typically only need to be buried about 1/8 inch deep, and oftentimes they can almost be just sprinkled along the top. You could put a sheet of plastic over your new seeds if you like. That's going to keep it a little bit more moist. Allow that seed to imbibe that water that it needs to do. Let's go on to the salad blend lettuce. I'm just going to lightly incorporate those seeds. We'll go ahead and get some water on it here. It seems like quite a bit, but once that soaks in, I think that's going to be about the right amount. All right, let's go ahead and show you where we grow these under our artificial light. But the artificial lighting, we use a nice medium quality LED light that we have on a timer. Comes on, during the morning about 8 o'clock, shuts off at about 7 p.m. So 10 to 12 hours a day is what we're running it. And if you look at this stand I built, this is actually built out of just some of the wrought iron pipe in the fittings. Works pretty well. You can make it to size over whatever type of platform you're using. It's strong, so it holds the weight of the light. One of the things I will mention, once you get indoors like this, you can oftentimes get something called a shore fly or a fungus gnat. They'll emerge from the soil. It's quite natural. We use a little sticky trap to catch them. It hasn't been too bad for us, but oftentimes keeping the soil too wet goes against you. So we try to grow it a little bit more on the dry side. That keeps them in check. And how much water is the right amount of water? If you take a look here, this is about a 1.5 gallon container. And as we go over it, we'll probably use about 2/3 of this container. That puts us right about 1 gallon of water we'll use. And we're probably watering down here about every 7 to 10 days. And just enough room. We're going to put some of that plastic on it to trap that moisture. And we'll keep a close eye on it. Once you see it germinate, you want to get that plastic off and let it breathe. One of the greatest things about this is not only the satisfaction of growing it yourself, good taste, that's one of the greatest things too, but how long it lasts once we cut it and store it in the refrigerator. We can get up to 3 weeks, even longer after we cut this. So it's just incredible how much fresher it is. And it just shows you how long produce sometimes has been in the grocery store before you buy it. Thanks for watching this garden hike. I hope you give this a try. We'll see you again next video.